Hi guys. I was doing a pre-shuffle, right, to just get things going, and what popped out was the door to value, the first and the second chakra. So that got me thinking. The very first couple steps to getting on track. It got me thinking about how, I was earlier I was meditating and I was just going over thoughts, I guess, and thinking about, how Gemini is, I think, right? So, thinking about why I really got started within this, why I love tarot so much. So, I remember the, you can use tarot to interrogate people, right? And their lives, which is something you shouldn't do, number one. But when you look at it as a way, not interrogating, but just because it's not going to tell you everything. It's really just at face value. And what I used it for was to understand my own thoughts as well as understand where other people were coming from so that I could heal. If I were to know what they were doing, because when you trust your into when you go through traumatic events, you're kind of conditioned to not trust your intuition, right? You have to relearn that all over again. Although it never really disappears, it's just maybe your subconscious tricking you because it does like to do that. So how I used it was I would use my intuition in figuring things out, right? And then asking the tarot for confirmation because it should only be for confirmation. Um, and then accepting the fact that I was right on point, right? And then being able to accept that, I was able to grow. That's one of the many ways that I had used whatever I had at my fingertips to get to the next stage, next level in healing and trusting myself again. So, you know, it could come off as, people do use it for negative, for malicious, like ill intent. But when you dabble in the unknown and dabble into something as magnificent and as magical as tarot, you have to know what you're doing. And even at first, when I didn't know what I was doing, I could still feel that energy. So I couldn't read the cards, but I felt the energy and I knew it wasn't something that I wanted, that was good, that was going around me. I knew I felt something and had to steer the other way. Okay, so the door to value, when you accept things as they are and focus on yourself, you find your door to value. You remember your value, you remember your intuition, you remember why you're here, you remember why you started to heal and break off from existing barriers in the first place, right? So I'm going to read these to you. I have the door to value here. Okay. And then I have the first chakra, Archangel Michael. These two popped out together. And then I also have the second chakra, Archangel Ariel here, at the bottom of the deck. And as I pick that up, I see the Journey card, and the Journey card is awesome. Okay, so the door to value. This says, I'm so excited, you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. It makes me so entirely happy to be able to help people in the way that I'm doing. You know, it's exciting. it's exciting to know I can help. So I appreciate your help in return. Okay, so new beginnings in finance or career. This card shows a door with a gold coin on it, opening to a place that's filled with light and bright potential. Money, coins, and jewels fly toward you through the open door, revealing a golden city beyond. It says all of this points to the potential for exciting new beginnings or expansions where money or work are concerned. Perhaps a new opportunity is totally unexpected, or perhaps it's something you've been working toward for quite a while. Either way, keep your eyes open for this new beginning to appear in your life. Know that anything you value may be open to you now. Remain conscious and creative and get ready to step through the door. So, the affirmation for this card is my life is opening to endless possibilities of prosperity. The river of abundance flows freely through my door, bringing me unlimited wealth. That's going to be here. Okay, so if you want to pause that and read that aloud. And then your first chakra, Archangel Michael, I want to read that as well. When it comes to new beginnings, my favorite new beginning along my journey was the fact that I was breaking old barriers, old mindsets, old paradigms of just tragic conditioning from myself and ones that I accepted for the longest time from others, which was unbearable after a while. You kind of get to a point to where you're fed up. You're fed up with how you've been living your life and how, you know, you keep doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. That's insanity. So, I mean, I had no longer wanted to be insane in the membrane, and I wanted something different for myself. So I know you guys do too. And so let's read this 35. That breaks down to 4. That breaks down to an 8. And then the 6 and 3 is a 9. So let's see here. 35. Stability and security. Michael holds a beautiful globe of red energy at the first chakra, which is located at the base of the spine. This is the place, oops. This is the place where your sense of stability and security is stored. When this card is upright, it reveals that your energy is flowing freely regarding these issues, even if you've had problems with feeling secure in the past. These challenges are beginning to be resolved at this time. Archangel Michael is with you, bringing you strength and personal stability. You are capable of taking action and moving forward on your path, so allow yourself to feel increasing faith in your own power and security now and always. And that affirmation would be, my first chakra is open to its perfect healthy state. I am strong, stable, safe, and secure. The Archangel Michael guides and supports me always. Same spot. Okay. So gaining your own stability, right? Really growing. Really, you have to believe it to push through and grow. You have to want it for yourself. If someone doesn't want to change, they can't grow with you. You can try as hard as you can. Absolutely. That's never going to change someone's mind. People grow at their own paces, their own pace, and that's perfectly fine. Everyone will do as they wish to do, as they want to do. You can't trust someone else for their words, you know. It's got to be actions. It's got to be what you, I don't know. You understand, I hope. Let's get one of these Priestess of Light cards, and then we can do the second chakra, okay? My babies are having a good old time. This deck here is one of my favorite decks, one of my favorite Oracle decks. I believe it's by the same people, same lady. I'm not too sure. It's a couple people that collaborate and made this one here. These are like oil paintings. They added like different gemstones and crystals and stuff to it. It's really awesome. And then they made it strictly off of channeling to spirit. So these cards, to me, are very special. And they feel nice. They're easy to shuffle. Okay. Power over difficulty. Reclaiming your power. Divine Mother, nurturing compassion, grace. Earth magic, fearlessness, removing obstacles. Okay, so this is one of my favorite looking cards because it is just absolutely so cool looking. There's like animals here and a snake here. Where else? She has antlers. It's just awesome. Okay, so power over difficulty, reclaiming your power, right? Um, that breaks down to a 5, meaning change. You have to believe that change is here for you. You have to believe that you can reclaim your power. This card brings you a warning that there are situations, people, or patterns in your life threatening to take over. The snake can be venomous, tempting, or even strangling. This card is an important reminder to be honest with yourself and investigate your relationships and your daily activities to determine what may be harmful or dishonoring to you, or even be consuming you. Right? Did I not just say that? Talking about tarot and how you investigate for your own well-being, no? If someone is bringing a toxic energy to your life, it may be necessary to let that person go or at least reduce your exposure dramatically. If a situation seems to be suffocating you or sapping your sense of freedom and enthusiasm, it's time to rethink your motivation for remaining engaged. And if you're feeling a building resentment for a job or a personal task, this card is telling you to learn how to bring more conscious joy to the experience or even to exit it altogether. Also, be mindful of your own personal patterns. Consider the causes of your making and the results they're creating. You don't want to become the snake that eats its own tail, consuming your own life force and sabotaging your own desire to move forward. Yet always remember the indomitable strength of your inner spirit and true life force, represented here by the swans, who, in spite of their gentle beauty, are very powerful creatures, capable of striking anything that attacks. You have that power as well, and this card is telling you to strike out at your own self-sabotaging patterns and to break free from any other limiting influences holding you down. Become conscious and courageous in your ongoing choices. You have the power now. So, this affirmation says, I release toxic people and patterns from my life. I empower myself in my choices and my relationships. Down here. Okay. So, that's kind of what I was saying, a bit to where, you know, you, when I started tarot, I realized my own doing my own self-sabotaging, my own ways of the Fool popped out. Okay. So my own ways of releasing what it is that held me back. I had to take a leap of faith, right? I had to take a leap of faith in announcing to myself what I was doing to add to the toxic situation. What I was doing to myself that allowed me to sit in my same struggles. Um, a lot of the times that just forced, if I were in a situation, I would just be forced to stay quiet, right? And it wasn't a quiet that I was made to do after a while, okay? It was a quiet to where I would have the admiration for my own speaking, my own messages that I was receiving. Um, Quiet so I could observe others and their actions and their words. And so I could think and come out with the right answer for myself on how to go about fixing myself and fixing the situation I was in, even if that regarded to leaving people behind. Okay. The hard work, the effort, you reap what you sow. You set the stage for yourself, no matter what. Taking the responsibility for yourself. Taking responsibility for yourself also inquires having nurturing compassion and grace for yourself. Nurturing yourself as if it's that person or energy you're wanting to be nurtured by. Okay. I'm going to read this one, the 37. The Divine Mother says, surrounded by the golden light of purity and creative power, this beautiful symbol of eternal maternity brings the energy of care and compassion to your life. Whatever gender we identify as, there is a Divine Mother in each of us. It lives in the eternal light that feeds us and nurtures the world through us. It lives in our choices, our tenderness, and in our loving energy. First, this card reminds you to prioritize your own self-care. In fact, it's time to become your own loving mother. If you've been dismissing something related to your own needs of preferences, muster up the courage to nurture and prioritize yourself. It's never dishonoring to others when you truly honor yourself. Truly. Amen. There may be someone who needs some care and compassion from you as well. Open your heart to the opportunity, but remember to strike a balance between the energy you give others and the energy you give yourself. Your loving care will go much further if you stop to fill your own reservoir along the way. On a purely practical level, this card can also herald parenthood for you or someone close to you. The Divine Mother breathes the vital spark into family and fertile productivity into any important creative endeavor you may be conceiving. Call on her gracious assistance and let your creative juices flow. This affirmation: I choose to increase the tender feelings in my life. As I bring loving care to myself, I expand the energy of love in the world. Okay. Now, because when you don't care for yourself and you care for others first, granted, I mean, children, that's a given. But when it comes to other people that you inquire, you cannot love another if you don't love yourself. Not fully, anyway. You cannot, not healthy, not in a healthy manner, can you? And that's true healthy love. Give me 1 second. Let me grab this dog. Okay. Um, I just seen the Queen of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. To move forward, you're gonna have to work and you're gonna have to want this. And you're gonna have to rush through No questions asked. Let me get a card for Knight of Swords. How long are you going to commit to feeling in this feeling of loss? When you think that you're not losing anything, but you're only learning, you're only gaining power, gaining wisdom. When you learn to let go of these things and accept, you commit to yourself. You commit to the struggles of the loss and what that's actually done for you. Because it's happening for you, not to you. It happens to everyone. You create your own destiny when you feel miserable and at loss and like you're missing out on an opportunity. If you cannot communicate correctly, if you cannot communicate with the people around you and they show their care in what you're saying, I believe that it's time to move on. Don't waste any time. Because what's waiting for you on the other side is complete abundance. You don't have to struggle to be heard. You don't have to struggle to be cared for when you do it for yourself. When you do it for yourself, everything else falls along the way. Like in front of you, everything else is given to you. Okay? Everything else is given to you once you let go of the attachments and offer yourself something new. Okay? The second chakra. Archangel Ariel. Intimacy and creativity. The second chakra vibrates in the energy of the beautiful angel Ariel. She sends a bright orange energy, promoting inspired creativity and greater comfort with intimacy. When this card appears upright, it's urging you to get creative. Let yourself reach out into the unexplored areas of self-expression and new projects that may have a more creative approach. This is also a time when the energies of closeness with others and nurturing yourself can flow more freely. You can now open yourself to the emotional intimacy that may be coming your way. So nurture yourself and be ready to receive the affection and camaraderie. I know the word, I can't say it. Of the resonant souls around you. So this affirmation, camaraderie. Okay. My second chakra is open to its perfect healthy state. I am creative and self-nurturing, more and more comfortable with the gentle waves of intimacy coming my way. That's down here. Okay. Camaraderie. So I feel this is going in order now. The steps, the big steps that would happen in order. Okay.